Have you ever wondered about the little mistakes people make in old age that everyone sees, but no one dares to mention? As we grow older, we often slip into patterns that feel harmless, yet they slowly make life harder, not just for ourselves, but also for the people who love and care for us. The surprising truth? Everyone around us notices these mistakes. But out of respect, or simply not wanting to hurt our feelings, they rarely bring them up. In this video, we'll uncover 8 common but stupid mistakes seniors often make. Each one may seem small, but if left unchecked, they quietly chip away at confidence, health, and independence. And I encourage you to stay with me until the very end, because mistake number 8 might shock you. It is something most seniors never think about, but it could be the single most important choice you make to protect your future. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Ignoring your physical limits. One of the most common mistakes older adults make is pretending their bodies haven't changed with age. I often see seniors continue lifting heavy objects, climbing ladders, or rushing through household chores as if they were still in their 40s. The determination is admirable, but the danger is real. A simple misstep can cause a fall, strain, or injury that takes months, sometimes years, to recover from. The truth is this: respecting your body's limits is not weakness. It is wisdom. Doctors remind us that as muscles and bones naturally lose some resilience with age, adapting the way you move protects you from unnecessary harm. This doesn't mean giving up control. It means using smart strategies, like assistive tools, pacing yourself, or asking for help when needed. Think of Walter, a 74-year-old who insisted on carrying heavy boxes down his basement stairs. One slip, and he suffered a severe hip fracture that left him dependent on others for months. Later, he admitted, "If I had just asked my neighbor for help, this would never have happened." So ask yourself, are you respecting your body today, or are you pushing it as if nothing has changed? By honoring what your body can and cannot do, you give yourself the best chance to live safely and independently for years to come. Number 2. Rejecting new technology. Another mistake many seniors make is dismissing technology completely. I don't need a smartphone. I'll never use online banking. I don't understand video calls. Sound familiar? At first, rejecting technology may feel safe. But the reality is, it quietly cuts you off from connection and convenience. Living in today's world without even basic digital skills can leave you isolated. You miss out on easy ways to communicate with loved ones, manage finances securely, or access health resources. In some cases, it can even mean missing important emergency updates or medical reminders. Let me share Mary's story. At 79, she swore she would never touch a computer. But her son patiently taught her how to use video chat. Suddenly, Mary was able to speak with her sister across the country every week. She later admitted, "I thought that kind of closeness was gone forever. But technology gave it back to me." Here's the good news: you don't need to master everything. Even small steps, like learning to send a text, check medical test results, or shop for groceries online, can make your life easier and more connected. Remember, every time you learn a new skill, no matter how small, you remind yourself and others that growth never stops. Number 3. Clinging to outdated habits. Here's another quiet mistake: holding on to habits that no longer serve you. Maybe you eat the same heavy foods you did 40 years ago. Maybe you insist on driving the same old routes, even when safer shortcuts exist. Maybe you refuse to change routines because "this is how I've always done it." The problem? What once worked for you may now be harming you. A salty or fried diet might raise your blood pressure. Walking in worn-out shoes could increase your risk of falling. Driving the long way may put you in unnecessary traffic danger. Think of Raymond, a 70-year-old who always drove the long, busy road to the store. One day, his granddaughter showed him a quieter, safer route. Not only did it save him time and fuel, but he admitted it made his trips less stressful. Experts in healthy aging say the willingness to adapt is one of the strongest predictors of quality of life. Staying flexible keeps your energy high and your independence strong. So let me ask, are your daily habits lifting you up or quietly wearing you down? Number 4, neglecting personal appearance. This one may sting a little, but it's important. Many older adults slowly let go of grooming and self-care. It might start with skipping haircuts, wearing the same clothes for days, or not bothering with fresh breath or clean shoes. On the surface, it seems harmless. But the message it sends to yourself and to others is powerful. I've stopped caring. And when you stop caring, people notice. Looking after your appearance isn't vanity. It's dignity. When you look in the mirror and see someone neat, clean, and put together, it boosts your self-respect. Others respond to that same energy, treating you with more warmth and respect. Consider Susan, an 83-year-old who lived in house clothes after her husband passed away. A friend encouraged her to refresh her wardrobe and visit the salon. Susan later said, "I felt alive again. Just putting on a clean blouse changed my whole mood." Psychologists remind us, grooming rituals, brushing hair, shaving, choosing nice clothes, are directly linked to emotional health. They stabilize your day and remind you that you matter. So don't let appearance slide. Caring for how you look is caring for how you feel. Number 5, talking too much about illness. We all know someone who, the moment you meet them, lists their aches, pains, and doctor visits. Of course, health is a big part of aging, and sharing struggles is natural. But when every conversation revolves around illness, people slowly start pulling away. Not because they don't care, but because it becomes draining. Friendships thrive on balance. Yes, you can share your challenges. But also share laughter, hobbies, gratitude, or old memories. These moments make people want to be around you. Irene, a 77-year-old, realized this when a friend suggested she talk more about her garden instead of her aches. She tried it, and soon her lunches were filled with laughter and light-hearted advice about flowers. Her friendships grew stronger, and her spirit lifted. Here's the truth: if you constantly tell stories of decline, your mind believes decline is all there is. But if you share joy, wisdom, and humor, you reinforce hope and resilience. Number 6, being overly stubborn. This is a big one. Many seniors refuse to accept help or advice, believing it's a sign of weakness. But stubbornness often leads to unnecessary tension and even danger. Take Frank, an 81-year-old who refused to use a walking cane. "I don't need it," he said. After a serious fall, he finally gave in. To his surprise, the cane gave him freedom, more stability, more confidence, and longer walks without fear. Here's the lesson: accepting small changes doesn't steal independence, it protects it. Psychologists say flexibility is a true sign of strength. Listening to advice, trying new solutions, and cooperating with loved ones builds trust and safety. So instead of asking, "Am I losing control if I accept help?" ask, "How much more control will I gain if I accept this support?" Number 7, holding on to unnecessary possessions. Clutter is more than just messy. For many seniors, it's a silent burden. Attics full of boxes, garages stuffed with tools, closets packed with decades-old clothes. These things weigh on your mind and increase fall risks. Every extra item requires space, cleaning, and energy you could use elsewhere. Alice, a 76-year-old, learned this when she began letting go of boxes her children left behind. She later said, "My home feels brighter, and I feel lighter." Decluttering isn't about erasing memories. It's about making space for peace, safety, and freedom. Ask yourself, are your possessions serving you, or are you serving them? Number 8, avoiding future planning. Finally, perhaps the most damaging mistake, refusing to plan for the future. Many seniors avoid discussing finances, medical wishes, or end-of-life choices. It's uncomfortable, they say. Things will just work out. But avoiding these conversations creates chaos when challenges arise. Families are left unsure of what you want. Stress increases. Independence decreases. Charles, 82, never made plans. When a medical emergency struck, his children scrambled to make decisions, often unsure if they were doing the right thing. He later admitted that avoiding planning had only made things harder for everyone. Planning ahead isn't about expecting the worst. It's about preparing for dignity and control. Whether it's setting aside emergency funds, writing down medical wishes, or choosing a trusted decision-maker, planning gives you peace of mind today. It's not a burden. It's an act of love. So, let's pause and reflect. We've talked about 8 mistakes seniors often make. Ignoring physical limits. Rejecting new technology. Clinging to outdated habits. Neglecting personal appearance. Talking too much about illness. Being overly stubborn. Holding on to unnecessary possessions. Avoiding future planning. Each may seem small, but together, they quietly drain confidence, independence, and joy. Which of these stood out to you the most? Was it the reminder to respect your body? The importance of staying open to technology? Or maybe the call to plan for the future? Here's what I want you to remember: growing older is not about perfection. It is about wisdom, recognizing what holds you back and making changes that help you thrive. By letting go of stubbornness, clutter, and endless talk of illness, you create space for connection, dignity, and peace. By choosing grooming, learning, planning, and openness, you affirm that your life still holds richness waiting to be lived. Thank you for joining us today. Leave a comment below sharing which of these 8 points spoke to you most. Your thoughts encourage us and inspire others in this community. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, so you don't miss future videos designed to support and inspire your journey through aging with confidence. Because remember, age is not a reason to shrink. It is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more free.